The small creature filled the kettle to the brim with cold water. The small creature hung the water-filled kettle above the fireplace. The water inside the kettle had been heated by the warmth emanating from the coals.
I should be careful not to burn myself,
The small creature thought as it could feel the heat coming from the kettle. The small creature carefully removed the hot kettle from the fireplace.
You sure didn't hurry now, did you?
The Hustumt muttered.
Were you planning on letting me wait all night after I let you take my belongings?
The small creature looked meekly at the floor.
Well, no matter, this will stave off the hunger.
The Hustumt brought a spoon out from under his thick beard and began to eat.
Since you've already helped yourself to some of my objects, I hardly think a reward should be necessary.
The small creature hung its head as the Hustumt put another spoonful into his mouth.
Fine. Here, I borrowed this from the wretched one. I have no use for it, so you might as well take it. Now go away.
As the Hustumt filled the spoon once more, a long strand of thick silver hair came off and landed on the ground in front of the small creature, who saw no harm in picking it up.
No, that's not how it happened.
As the small creature used the sharp piece of bone to cut the stitches that held the cloth in place, the scarecrow sprung to life, quietly watching its visitor. Once the piece of cloth had been removed, the hay contained inside the scarecrow's head began to fall out.
I wonder if it would mind me taking some of the hay. It looks to be falling out.
The small creature thought. In the middle of the field,
Would this be enough to replace the cloth?
the small creature asked as it presented the hay to the guard-stomped.
Hey? Well, I suppose I could use that instead. I only found this piece of cloth the other night while keeping an eye on the field, but it's already becoming too dirty to wipe my feet on.
The guard-stomped responded as he handed the dirty piece of cloth to the small creature.
Maybe you can find some other use for it. No, that's not how it happened. No.
My hat. He had it, didn't he? That wretched thief.
The Hustumpt put the hat on his head and made a sigh of relief.
There. That's how things should be.
The Hustumpt looked at the small creature.
I suppose you want something for this, even though you've already taken my things.
The Hustumpt said grumpily as the small creature's eyes seemed to grow a little bigger.
Here, I found this hammerhead while I was looking for my hat. It's missing its shaft, so I don't know what use you would have for it. But the difficulty of a task should determine the reward, don't you agree?
Is that what I think it is?
The Guardstompt exclaimed as the small creature approached him.
Is that my whetstone? Where did you find it? I don't even remember the last time I saw it.
The Guardstompt let out a sigh of relief.
Thank you for finding it for me, little one. My old worn-down tools have been the only thing standing in the way of me bringing this farm back on its feet.
The Guardstompt rummaged around inside the shed.
I'm afraid I can't find much of a reward for you. This old hammer shaft is of good quality, but I seem to have misplaced the metal head. I can't understand how I managed to lose these things.
The Guardstompt scratched his forehead as he handed the hammer shaft to the small creature.
Perhaps you can find a use for it, little one. I'm sorry I can't offer you a better reward.
Using the fishing rod it just made, the small creature was able to reach the large glowing star in the middle of the spring. As the star's glow broke the surface of the water, an old gold bracelet took its place. As the small creature pulled the golden bracelet into the hole, a larger alva appeared, sitting on the stone. This alva was more beautiful than anything the creature could have imagined, with white glowing hair flowing over the rough surface of the stone, and a shining silver crown on her head. More beautiful than all other Alvor, the Alv Queen had appeared on top of the large stone, calmly observing the small creature. The small creature's humbled words broke the silence.
Hello. I don't want to disturb you, beautiful queen, but if you would allow me but a few moments of watching your people dance, I would be most content. I don't know where else to go, as I don't know where I belong in this world.
The Alv Queen remained silent, yet seemingly not displeased by the presence of the small creature. As the dance continued, the creature watched the glowing beings in silence, entranced by their beauty. Suddenly, in a chanting voice soft as a whisper, the Alv Queen spoke. Her words were not of this world, and even though the creature could not understand them, it felt their power within its small body. As the Owl Queen started to fade along with her dancing Owlvor, the smaller circle of mushrooms began to glow, as if responding to her enchanting voice. As the creature faded from the circle, it felt as if reappearing someplace else, leaving the farmlands far behind. Yet the creature was saddened, for even though the beings inhabiting the farm might not have given it the kindest of welcomes into this world, it had felt like a small part of their existence, recognized as a being, albeit an insignificant one, of its own. Now, as the small creature once more began to explore its unfamiliar surroundings, it felt alone.